In this video, I will be addressing remarks made about me by a YouTuber called In Praise of Shadows. Here's what he said.
He is friends with Buckingham, a gun YouTuber who has been accused of threatening—
A gun YouTuber? I'm sure some of you guys are confused right now, so let me break it down for you. In a desperate attempt to make the YouTuber Wendigoon look bad for being friends with me, this overweight loser described me as a gun YouTuber who's been accused of threatening— Mind you, I've made one single video about gun YouTubers, and this guy chose a photo of my grandpa after his brain injury to spread the false accusations that Sneeko made up about me.
Very often it is the case that when conservatives want to criticize me, they will go back to that and use it as a weapon, by twisting my words in very bad faith to make it look like I said something that I obviously did not intend if you had watched the video. Usually in an attempt to make me either look crazy, or cartoonish, or racist, or that I don't know what I'm talking about.
This is pretty ironic, because what he's upset about is what he does to me and nearly a dozen other creators towards the end of this video.
Literally, there has not been a single week that has gone by in over 2 years that I didn't have somebody saying something shitty to me about that video. And I don't think that most of them have actually even watched it.
How can this guy complain about jumping to conclusions when he literally boiled my entire existence down to being a gun YouTuber who's been accused of threatening— He goes on to give some kind of a warning that conservatives can make good art as well, and people need to be wary of them infiltrating spaces they shouldn't be in, like the horror community.
Trust me when I say that conservatives are perfectly capable, just like anyone else, of being funny and learning how to produce art. Those things are skills that anyone can do. To think otherwise would be hopeful at best, but in practice is dangerous, and allows the slow infiltration of conservative beliefs into places that they should not be allowed, because it creates this shield that allows us to ignore their red flags. The idea that conservatives cannot make good art needs to be abandoned, because it leaves us in a position to where we underestimate their potential to spread their messaging.
So this guy essentially hates you if you're a conservative and thinks you shouldn't be allowed to make art. That's awesome. It's very loving.
Horror is a mirror. It is countercultural. It is punk. It is that way, and it always has been.
Yeah, this guy's real punk. He's a fucking punk rocker. He's not a fucking idiot. He's not an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's punk.
If you're not aware, Wendigoon is a horror conspiracy theorist YouTuber with several million subscribers that, as you will hopefully come to see, should not be seen as the wholesome, southern-friendly dad persona that he has publicly constructed around himself in the past several years. And that, like many people who talk about being Christians as much as he does, has a dark past with deep ties to far-right extremism.
So Wendigoon is bad because he's Christian, and Christians have deep ties to far-right extremism. That's great. Let's hear more.
I have no need or desire to hear 5 hours of opinions on Blood Meridian from a 21-year-old millionaire who got famous around the age of 19.
And you think we all have a desire to listen to a broke 20-something-year-old atheist? Why? I don't understand your point as to why your perspective is valid and Wendigoon's isn't.
And I don't know if you can actually really truly be a good cultural critic with a voice that has a definitive perspective, without several years of genuine, independent, lived experience away from the home that you were raised in. And in his case, he became exceptionally wealthy by the time that he was 19 or 20. And so if you leave the home and immediately become famous and rich, without having to ever actually truly struggle, can you be considered to have ever actually had lived experience at all that would qualify you to give criticism on works of art about the experience of average and poor people?
So only poor people can have perspective. Am I getting that right? Are you not allowed to have opinions if you're rich? Is that what you're saying? And check this out. Look at whose Twitter he shows when he talks about Wendigoon having ties to far-right extremist behavior.
To having multiple ties to other far-right extremist figures.
That's right, he shows my Twitter. Me, Brandon Buckingham, the far-right extremist you guys all know me as.
Wendigoon is publicly connected to the Internet Historian, and has even appeared in his videos. The Internet Historian publicly said that his birthday was April 20th. It is not, and has only said that as a joke because that is Hitler's birthday.
So being friends with someone who made a joke about their birthday being on 420 makes you a bad person? Got it.
Wendigoon is publicly friends with Donut Operator, and even retweeted a photograph of the two of them hugging. Donut Operator is a gun-crazed, very far-right YouTuber with 4 million subscribers, whose career consists of him reviewing footage of police officers shooting and killing people. He was once a cop himself, before he made more money making YouTube videos and retired. His content is very pro-state, pro-cop, pro-gun, and pro-death to people who don't share his beliefs propaganda.
Donut Operator is not pro-death or some bloodthirsty cop. He's accepting of everyone. I visited him in San Antonio, and Destiny of all people was there, who is a super liberal, and he was welcomed with open arms. The real person who hates others for not sharing their beliefs or propaganda is this guy in Praise of Shadows.
For example, one of his videos is titled Predator Takes Shotgun to the Face, and features a picture of him smiling in the corner of the thumbnail next to an image of a terrified man about to be executed by cops, with the text that reads, "Head removal."
Donut made a video breaking down the good police work of police who shot and killed a pedophile who pulled out a gun on them. How is that a bad thing? Is this guy pro-pedo, or does he think that people should be allowed to pull guns on police?
He has collaborated with Nick Crowley, who constantly makes money through the most morbid and shameful true crime content, of showcasing the last minutes of people before they are suddenly and unexpectedly killed.
Doesn't this guy make money from analyzing horror movies? How does he have a problem with Wendigoon being friends with a guy who makes videos about true crime?
He is publicly friends with Shoe on Head, who is a conservative masquerading as a leftist, who has built a career off of lazy anti-woke content, complaining about SJWs.
So now this guy is telling Shoe on Head she isn't liberal and she is in fact a far-right conservative, and because of that Wendigoon is bad because he said congratulations to her after she got married.
He is friends with Brandon Buckingham, a gun YouTuber who has been accused of threatening
Did you hear that right? A gun YouTuber accused of threatening what?
He is friends with Oompaville, a gun-obsessed content creator that has taken advantage of Nakado Avocado's mental decline for fame and for money. And on top of that, has made content with the human trafficker, Andrew Tate.
Stay tuned, because we're going to have Oompa address these allegations himself in about 10 minutes.
He is friends with Mutahar, who argued against Andrew Tate being deplatformed from social media websites, and has recently showcased a great deal of transphobia in his most recent video.
Mutahar has been very critical of Andrew Tate and hasn't done anything transphobic. He included art from a talented artist named Worm in his thumbnail. I thought it was good to pay artists for their work. Maybe Muta should have used AI.
He has interacted positively with Garant Thumb, who has said, "The traditional family should be encouraged and strengthened. I see little to no support from the government or big media." He has said anti-trans statements. He has called people degenerates, and has said that non-traditional sexual interactions are a disgusting, hedonistic lifestyle that is the breakdown of the family unit.
What's wrong with upholding traditional values? If you want to be gay and suck down on an ass or whatever, go right ahead, but you can't expect everyone to celebrate it. You clearly don't celebrate his heterosexual marriage, so why should he celebrate you? But more importantly, how is this an indication that Wendigoon is a bad guy?
Wendigoon is publicly friends with Brandon Herrera, who has made jokes that implied that he was sympathetic with public shooters who killed leftists, and collaborated with Kyle Rittenhouse, who has posted images of himself with an MP40, which is a gun used by the Nazis.
Oh my god, Brandon Herrera shot a gun that Nazis used. No way, I'm soy jacking.
Which again, for someone who is supposedly anti-government, he sure does seem to have a lot of wealthy white friends who actively work to uphold the values of the American empire.
What's wrong with having white friends, you self-hating dork?
Then, of course, there is his username. To the Algonquin people, the Wendigo is a negative spiritual symbol that is to be avoided and whose name is to never even be said out loud or written down. People have for hundreds of years taken the creature and used it for their own means, including Wendigoon in his very name, which is something that indigenous people have been very critical with him now for years. This next thing that I'm trying to argue is not to discredit his feelings regarding to his own personal history. But what I will say is that Americans who are white or partially white in rural areas love to claim a percentage of native heritage for bizarre conservative reasons, relating to, like, reverence for the land and fascistic nostalgia for a time that never existed and stuff like that. He has attempted to deflect from criticism over the use of the name by saying that his grandfather was Native American, and that he learned these things culturally through him.
So according to this guy, Wendigoon has to reject his Native American heritage. And what the hell is fascistic nostalgia? I'm starting to think this whole video is a cry for help.
Deep Appalachia is very white country, and for the most part, is exceptionally racist. Genuinely in this part of the country, you have to assume that any white person you meet is racist unless they show you otherwise.
This guy actually believes everyone in all white towns should be assumed to be racist solely because of the color of their skin? How backwards is that?
Almost all of these little towns are well over 90% white, but if you were to drive through Maggie Valley, you would find antique stores selling busts of Native American braves, carved wooden eagles, vintage paintings of buffalo, super racist generalizations that idealize the idea of the noble, good kind of Native American. But I can assure you that unless you were on the reservation itself, that actual Native culture has no aspect in the general lives of the people around here, other than the racist trinkets that depict them.
Racist trinkets. Got it.
We aren't sitting around at night talking about the goddamn Mothman and shit. I even came from a poor family, and he didn't. And what resulted from some good faith criticism of his use of language was days upon days of people calling me a If you're a public figure who is being criticized publicly, and the only people who come to your defense are Nazis, then that can only be read as two ways. Either that you're sympathetic to their views, or that you're perfectly fine making money from them, and are comfortable with that ideology being the backbone of your base.
This guy's a control freak.
Hey y'all, what's good? I'm back with another video, and it's been like a little bit too long, but I was looking for something interesting to make a video about. I'm currently doing research on the whole Poppy and Xena situation. They abused their child Spawn, and it's a lot to it, so I got like a lot of research to go through because I was not very familiar with the situation prior to this. But today we're gonna talk about this fucking idiot, right? I'm gonna throw a picture up right here because I fucking cannot stand like all these little fucking white dudes that have like the basic white guy haircut, like some kind of white haircut, and then they have that fuck ass mustache. I live on a college campus, and it's a lot of these dudes, and they're always like the fucking worst, you know. They're always like the fucking hipster ass, like preppy ass, like get the fuck away from me, you fucking weirdo, right? But yeah, so we're gonna get right into this, and I am pissed off, so we're gonna vent. And the reason I'm so pissed off is because this person that's popping his mouth off saying stupid shit claims to have like the same political ideologies that I have, right? Like, this is not leftism, this is not progressiveness, like this is not gonna progress us for shit. This is not gonna help people get rights for shit. This is literally just like crybaby, fucking cry bully, whiny ass, like smug ass, like you think you're better and you have all the right opinions and you're more moral, so you're trying to just like fucking like use that to make other people feel as bad as you feel. You're trying to control people, just like what Brandon said, and that shit's not okay, man. That shit's not cool. You're fucking weird for that. I think we need to put a lot of work in from an optical standpoint to change the perspective of the left at these like fucking soy boy ass, hipster ass, pussy ass fucking, like, dude, we're not gonna win any kind of culture war if we're soft. And you know what's the worst part is these dudes act like, oh, they're like the fucking like the birthday boy thing, like, oh, they're fucking like talking shit, but then they say it in this like fucking innocent tone, and then they act smug too. How the fuck are you gonna like not say shit with your chest, act like a little fucking weakling, and then act like you're better, and then act smug like you're a fucking pussy, bro? You're a pushover. And it pisses me off because they have the nerve to talk down to other people. They have the nerve, man. We're not gonna win shit in the culture war with this soft ass shit, and we need to not alienate masculine men. We can't have these low estrogen soy boy ass dudes on the left, because when shit pops off, man, I want anarchy. This motherfucker ain't finna survive that shit. He ain't finna help us. The fuck? We need to like support masculine men on the left here so that we have warriors on our side. Why are y'all alienating the people that could fight when shit pop off, right? Y'all see shit heating up. So I'm just saying, like, we need to change. We need to change what we doing on the left, because, you know, people are suffering, right? People are suffering. Capitalism is completely unraveling. Like, we're seeing the starts of that. Like, if you pay attention, this system is not working, and more people are realizing that. More and more people are being disillusioned with the system. So we need to be strong. We can't have this soft image, because the conservatives, they have a strong image, right? So we need to match that energy, not fucking do this weak shit. I'm just so sick. This whole guilt by association thing, that shit's so dead, bro. Like, alright, so you couldn't criticize Wendigoon based off of his own words and his own character, because he's a Christian. He's a man after God's own heart, and he carries himself in a very, like, I don't know the right wording. He carries himself in a very upright manner, you know, very conductive manner. He's a solid guy. Like, he's a nice guy. He's not someone that's out here being bigoted or causing problems. So it's insane to point at all his like friends, and you know, some of these people, they're a little toxic, they're a little problematic, right? But like that doesn't mean shit, bro. Like, we're humans, everyone's fucked up, everyone's shit stank. This just tell me that you don't know your shit stank too. You just as bad as everyone you mentioned, dude. How the fuck are you gonna act smug? So just to show this guy's character, he actually left this little comment. Alright, so I'm gonna post a comment, you can pause and read it for yourself. But he mentions the reason that he followed the guy is because he liked one of his videos. It's a Slenderman video. And the reason why he mentions this is because in the video of this Praise in the Shadow, I don't care enough to know his gay ass channel name about fucking horror movies or whatever. He's a fucking pretentious asshole, thinks he's fucking reading into horror shit. But I bet if you ask the director and producer, they'd be like, this guy doesn't know shit about what our art was about type shit, man. But hey, I believe art's up for interpretation, but I think you're being pretentious about your interpretations, you weirdo. But yeah, so this crazy fuck thinks that he followed him as a threat and to let him know, like, yeah, I know you're being harassed and I don't care. What a fucking what what a terminally online schizo weirdo, bro. What? If you thought that was the case, pussy ass, why didn't you just DM him and ask him? He probably was fearful because a dude followed him. Probably thought the Bigelow Boys was on his ass. Bro, I just can't. But yeah, so he shows his character in this apology here and basically says like, oh, I didn't know people was talking shit, please don't talk shit on my behalf, that's not what I'm about. You know, he's a good Christian boy. You know, I could learn from Wendigo, because I feel like I go a little bit too hard on my enemies and I should turn the other cheek a little bit more, because I am a Christian myself and I respect Wendigo. I think he's a good guy. I've seen some of his content, you know, some of it's good, a little bit is like kind of boring, dry, drawn out for me, but that's just me personally. Like, I've also seen some very good like little deep dives and shits that he's done. He seems like a cool guy at the end of the day, seems like a good guy. So like, it's just kind of annoying. It's like, dude, like, even if we're fucking like progressives and even if he was a conservative, why does it matter? If he's a cool dude, he's a cool dude. Like, we could argue politics, but we could also be friendly at the end of the day. You don't have to assassinate his entire character. That's just not okay, right? Like, that's just weirdo shit. You need to touch some grass. You need to, you know, reach across the aisle and actually talk with other people, so you wouldn't see this as some weirdo team sports things and you keep othering the other group, and you would see that, oh, conservatives are people too, they have different opinions. And here's the thing, man, it's the pundits that are the hateful ones. It's like the super alt-right, religious right, MAGA, Proud Boy, like those are like the fucking hateful ones. But I've met plenty of conservatives that just disagree with my beliefs, but they respect me, and we could sit there, smoke a blunt, have a beer, whatever it is, have a good time, dude, because I'm not a fucking weirdo, right? Anyways, I just had to vent. Hope y'all enjoyed this content. I thought it was pretty funny. Anyways, peace out, bitches. Have a good one. Yeah. You don't know this life, it's not right. I'm so fucked up in my head, I can't get it right. Y'all don't love me, y'all won't trust me. Yeah, right. Y'all just think I'm toxic, I don't give a fuck. Try me, that's your ass. I be with Buckingham, they gon' blast. You couldn't understand, I'm just trying to heal from my past. Grew up around the drama, grew up with some trauma. Playing with me, know we got them llamas. Hit the switch, it gon' hit. I be all up on my shit. Heard he played with Buckingham, got left all in a ditch. That's just how it is, standing on my biz. Know it's big biz. Oh, you talking shit, you ain't seen no shit. I done seen some shit, it fucked up my life. Now my head's not right. I'm trusting God, he gon' lead me to the light. Trusting God, I'ma focus, yeah, right. You be dumb as fuck, I seen you try to play me, yeah, right. Every single night I'm focused, grinding, yeah, right. I just gotta get it, they say I'm fake, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Get up out my sight, you know I got fight, all up in my heart. Heard it from the start, yeah, I'm from the dark heart, where them demons are. know that.